Last week, thanks to Empire Magazine, we were introduced to a brand new character, PEYLAK, the captain of the Wind Traders, but this isn't actually the first time that we see a member of the Wind Traders, as we actually met one 2 years ago. Avatar Theory here, hope you're doing well and having a fantastic day, and as I said, thanks to Empire Magazine, we got a look at a brand new character called PEYLAK, which is the second new character in Avatar Fire and Ash, the first one of course being Varang. Now, as I said, this is actually not the first time that we see a member of the Wind Traders, as we were actually introduced to one of their members from the clan in Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. You know the lady that does the weekly rotating store items, Kukolope? Well, she is actually a member of the Wind Traders, as not only is it hinted at in the game, but if you head over to artstation.com, where concept artist Simon Gosal painted this beautiful image, the description at the bottom reads as follows, quote, Kukolope is a member of a Wind Trader clan, and it was an absolute joy to work for Lightstorm costume team to bring her to life, end quote. The rest of the description just talks about her location, but this confirms that she is a member of the Wind Trader clan, and if you go into the game and look at her outfit and compare that to what we got in this concept art of PEYLAK, you can see that there are a lot of similarities, and not only the color of their fabric, but also the patterns on top of it. You can see at the back, especially on Kukolope, that the patterns almost resemble wind or cloud, and looking at PEYLAK, you can see similar patterns on the front. The orange color is undoubtedly the same, and also around the arms, the colors are pretty much identical on the bands. Now, looking at this art image of PEYLAK, it almost looks like an in-game render, but the model of the character is still in concept form. However, the clothing seems to be more of a photorealistic render. Thus, it does give a little bit of an uncanny valley feel due to the character not entirely looking photoreal just yet. Looks more like an in-game character, to be honest. So at this moment, we have yet to see a still image of the movie on Fire and Ash, but that will probably come in later issues of Empire Magazine. Now, as previously mentioned, when I broke the news of this reveal, I did mention that PEYLAK was played by David Thewlis, the actor most notably known for his role in Harry Potter as Professor Lupin. So it will be interesting to see his portrayal of this character on screen. And if you look at this concept art piece and you listen to a voice clip of David Thewlis, I can kind of see it matching with this character.
It is the quality of one's convictions that determines success, not the number of followers.
Now, Cameron did state previously that we won't see the Wind Traders too much in the movie, as they're going to focus more on the Ash clan, so I expect this character to show up probably around the beginning of the movie, and perhaps more towards the end again during the final climax of the movie. And since he is the chieftain of the Wind Traders, I am curious to see him in battle. However, costume designer Deborah Scott stated, quote, they're upbeat, happy, colorful, and when they come into our movie, everyone's excited to see them. The way he carries himself, he's got great posture. He's absolutely stunning in the movie, end quote. Speaking, of course, of not only PEYLAK, but the Wind Traders as well. So I do expect them to be this happy-go-lucky kind of clan that's always in a good mood, cheerful, just going about their own business, because they're essentially nomads going from place to place, living in these gigantic air bubble, or this jellyfish-like creatures carrying these villages. Now, another thing they revealed in this article is the fact that the Wind Traders are actually called the TLALIM clan. And interestingly enough, we knew this for quite some time, but it wasn't fairly obvious, as during a behind-the-scenes video on Avatar The Way of Water, on the collector's edition at least, there was this part of James Cameron, and right on top of him, on the wall, it actually has TLALIM Traders written in capital letter. Now, if you do go watch the behind the scenes footage of the collector's edition digitally, then all of the background is blurred, but if you have a physical copy like I do, then this is still visible. Also, one thing to note, if you go to the left side, the art pieces on the back there clearly resembles this jellyfish-like creatures, as well as the wind rays, you know, the things that's pulling these jellyfish bubbles. And although the images aren't that clear, you can definitely make out that this is the same structure. Now, I am combing through all of the behind the scenes footage again slowly to try and see if there's anything else that we might have missed. Of course, stuff like this does get overlooked by the editing team, and once it gets picked up by, say, Reddit or a broader community, then they do tend to blur it out. Hence why, like I said, if you watch the digital version of the collector's edition, then all of this will be blurred out. Now, going back to the art piece of PEYLAK, he does look quite tall. You know, I'm trying to think how this Navi's body would be different to say Jake or Tonowari, because of course the Metkayina has been adapted to the ocean, and PEYLAK does look very tall, perhaps taller than Jake and Tonowari, with a strong posture but not very broad shoulders. But I guess we'll have to wait for an art book or until we get a bit more detail on the TLALIM clan to know how they differ from the rest of the Na'vi. Overall, I am very excited to see PEYLAK in action, to see the TLALIM clan overall, and just to see how these giant jellyfish-like creatures will work and if they have any defense capability. As the next issue of Empire magazine is releasing this week, that is the 13th of February, we will likely get a bit more information on Avatar Fire and Ash, so if you want to stay up to date with everything Avatar related, then be sure to click the subscribe button. But let me know in the comments below what you think so far of the TLALIM clan, and until next time, have a fantastic day and stay safe.